Michael Landon spent years playing America's favorite television father, but behind the warm smile and family-friendly image was a life filled with heartbreak, scandals, and personal battles. Long before he became a star, Landon endured a painful childhood that shaped much of the man he would later become. Born Eugene Maurice Orowitz in 1936 in Queens, New York, Landon grew up in a troubled household. His mother struggled with severe mental health issues, and her repeated suicide attempts left deep emotional scars on him as a child. School offered little comfort. He was often bullied because of his Jewish background, leaving him feeling isolated and insecure. When his family moved to California, sports became his escape. He became an outstanding javelin thrower and even earned a scholarship to the University of Southern California. But after a serious injury destroyed his athletic dreams, Landon was forced to start over. Determined to reinvent himself, he entered Hollywood and changed his name to Michael Landon. After years of small acting jobs, he finally broke through in the 1957 cult film I Was a Teenage Werewolf. But true fame arrived 2 years later when he landed the role of Little Joe Cartwright on Bonanza. The hit Western turned Landon into one of television's biggest stars. Success only grew with Little House on the Prairie, where Landon became far more than an actor. He wrote, directed, produced, and controlled nearly every aspect of the series. On screen, he portrayed Charles Ingalls, the perfect family man audiences adored. Off-screen, however, a very different story unfolded. Behind the scenes, Landon developed a reputation for being controlling and difficult. Cast members described him as demanding and intense, while others defended him as a perfectionist who cared deeply about the quality of his shows. But the biggest controversy came from his personal life. Landon married 3 times, and his affair with makeup artist Cindy Clerico shocked Hollywood. At the time, he was still married to his second wife, Lynn No, with whom he shared a large family. When news of the relationship became public, many fans felt betrayed. The man who represented honesty and family values on television suddenly became tabloid news. Landon divorced Lynn in 1982 and married Clerico the following year, permanently damaging his wholesome public image. Despite the controversy, Landon remained a television powerhouse throughout the 1980s with shows like Highway to Heaven. But in 1991, everything changed almost overnight. After suffering severe stomach pain and exhaustion, Landon received devastating news. He had pancreatic cancer. Rather than hide the diagnosis, he spoke publicly about the disease, appearing in emotional television interviews that shocked fans across America. Sadly, the illness progressed incredibly fast. In his final months, Landon stayed at his Malibu home surrounded by family, including Cindy and his children. The once energetic television icon grew weaker as the cancer spread rapidly through his body. On July 1, 1991, Michael Landon died at just 54 years old. His death stunned Hollywood. Millions mourned the loss of the actor who had spent decades portraying strength, kindness, and hope on television screens around the world. Yet behind the fame and success was a deeply complicated man whose life was filled with pain, ambition, controversy, and tragedy. If you love uncovering the hidden stories behind classic Hollywood legends, subscribe to Classic Hollywood Feuds.